Alright. Is it filming?
It's filming.
Oh. So we're just pumping in the oil into the compressor that I refurbished.
Yeah, so what have you done here?
I took it all apart.
What is this?
It's actually, I think it's from the 80s, but it's pretty much, I've replaced everything on it. The belts, the air filters, the drain valve, I put new wheels on it. Like before, I just had like sort of wheels welded on here, and it was sitting really low, so I welded this on. Got some caster wheels, got a new pressure reg. This was already on it. I welded this on. I got this little air drum spool from Total Tools. New belts, as I said, and yeah, this is going to be the first time I fire it up. So basically, Christmas came early for Master of None air compressor.
So you refurbished this quite well.
Well,
did a good job.
Look. We haven't turned it on yet.
Oh, okay.
Let's not talk too soon. We just charged it up full of fresh compressor oil. Alright. I don't know, you're supposed to just go halfway, eh? I overfilled it a little bit, that's alright. Should get a little bit smoky. A little misty. But I do need your hand, actually, it's so heavy. Because I put it in pieces onto the table and built it up on this table. Like and you know what? It's a great exercise machine now as well.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Look at this.
Not only is it a compressor,
every morning.
it's a press-up machine.
It's so heavy.
Fantastic.
Should we like? I think I'm not sure what the weight is in. Just put my stuff. Ready? Oh, it's trapped in my pants. Wait. Okay. Oh my god. That didn't go to plan. That is so heavy. This is an all-in-one unit. Look, I'm gonna patent this. Check it out. Like everything you need in one machine. It's high. I've made it high off the ground, so it looks better. You know, I lifted it. Before it was just like crawling on the ground like a snail.
Yes.
Now it's like an off-road machine.
Dude,
look at it.
You're so excited about this.
Yeah. And you know what? Like I was using this this hose all the time. Honestly, I find it just, it just always tangles up. And I spent so much time untangling it.
You did.
Welcome to the future.
Wow.
Look at this.
Oh my
it's
god.
Like a little mini drum. Look how cute he is.
Words escape me, Grill.
Alright, let's see if it works, okay? You can do a lot of things with it, right?
How far back do I stand?
Ready? Alright, so we want to replace the regulator because that was leaking. So we bought a new regulator. What was the problem? Show.
Yes, you've got two different sizes here, so this is the larger size. We're trying to break up the connections that we have, and then
So we're just sort of making do with the fittings that we have, trying to make it all work. I think we're gonna make it work. I hope so, because I really want to paint my rims today. Yeah, we use the metal ring off the proper Japanese. This is the original Japanese made CMS controller pressure regulator, and this is basically a clone, direct clone, except for the port sizes, which I'm sure they have a model with the same port sizes. But it's like, it is identical castings, like they literally just like, yeah, it's identical. Alright, there it goes, new reg. Here it is in all its glory, with new regulator, brand new regulator fitted. Doesn't get any better than this.
I like your trucker hat. That's cool.
Went to Little Creatures and but my wife's like, oh, they got big hats here. You always complain how you can't get big hats. And then she's like, yo, you buy your hat? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Now I've got a hat. Yeah.
These nuts.
These nuts.
So what are you doing now?
So I'm just gonna. This is one of the rims that I've welded. I'm just gonna test it for welds, cracking in the welds, because you don't want your tire deflating, and your ego too.
So we're testing the welds out for.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's a 4-step process. Just 4 easy steps. And 4 easy payments of $99.99. We are doing checks on our welds because if the welds are crap, which I'm sure some of these welds are, your tyre will deflate. So we're going to do the 4-step Dymark Australian company floor check. So step 1, it's just pre-clean. So you spray this stuff onto your welds. Oops. It's just alcohol. Just degrease it. Step 2. Penetrant. So that's our dye. So this is, we'll give it a good shake. It's just really runny sort of ink. Very red. Okay, so we'd leave that for about 10 minutes. Come back and then we'll remove the dye, and then the final step, developer. It's like basically like a chalk in a can, like you just spray it on. It's just white chalk. So we'll just leave that for 10 minutes. We'll come back.
Dude, that was gross.
So we're up to step number 3, the remover. We're going to remove the red dye that's hopefully penetrated through all the cracks that we had in our welds. And so we're going to remove the dye now, and it's just basically like acetone in a can. Let it dry a bit, let the stuff dry off a bit.
Oh, okay.
Flush off. So, are you feeling?
What does the developer do?
So developer is basically, it just looks like chalk.
Mm.
So you're spraying this, I think it's suspended chalk, and then the chalk just draws in the dye.
Right.
So you're wiping off all the dye, but the dye goes into a little crack in your weld, for example. And then when you spray the chalk on, the chalk just kind of pulls the dye out, and you can see. You'll see what I mean when I spray it on. There'll be. Trust me, there'll be flaws in this weld. Because I was just saying before, when we were welding these rims, I actually later saw that the earth clamp was just held on by a couple of strands. Like they just through all the movement that I've been doing, it's taking it from job site to job site, like it just came loose. So when we were welding these rims, I thought we were welding on 80. We're actually probably welding more like 70 amps or something like that.
So this is standard practice for people that actually weld pressure vessels.
Yeah, this is for like when you're doing pressure vessels and things like that. This is like non-destructive testing, NDT process. So the other one is X-ray. You can do both, but this is kind of like, I guess, the cheapest, most affordable way of doing testing on welds.
Yeah.
Normally you wouldn't bother when you're doing structural stuff and things like that, but because this needs to hold pressure, it needs to work. So now I'll just spray on the developer. Whew. Chalky. Have a look at this. As expected, there's problems with the welds, and see where the dye is getting pulled out. There, maybe there, or it could have been trapped under there, but we'll tick that anyway. There, and then if you look at actually on the inside as well, you can see I sprayed it on the dye on the inside. See that bit there? right there. See where the dye's gone through, and the big one here.
I must have done that one.
And a little one there. That's a good indicator. So we'll just fire up the TIG and use the last of our argon. Like that. Okay, so hopefully we've eliminated that leak. Just everywhere there's a dye, right?
So we've done it?
Yeah, we've done it.
We've
done it.
Yep.
And it's now ready to be painted with our patented painting technology that you're about to see.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you better believe it. Okay, so we want to make our own 2-pack paint. That's like the paint that you pay big money for, but you don't have to, because listen to this. We went to Aldi and we've got cheap white paint, just cheap acrylic paint. We have a litre of that. Okay. I was doing some fiberglassing on the boat, and I've got some resin, polyester resin left over. Okay?
Yes.
That's the catalyst for it. And we have some acetone. So my plan is, it's an experiment.
This hasn't done before. We haven't done this
Well,
before.
I don't know. I haven't done it.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to mix some polyester resin in here, in the cup. Let's say half the cup or thereabouts. Put the catalyst in, let the chemical reaction start. Then thin it a little bit with acetone, and then fill the rest with white paint. So my theory is we will get a 2-pack paint.
Ooh, yeah.
Because the polyester will harden, and they'll serve as like the hardened sort of part in the paint, you know, so to speak.
Yeah.
So that's the theory. Let's try it out.
Makes sense in my brain.
Just the resin in. Oh, that's probably plenty.
What's that? 2.5 mils?
Yeah.
Two
Wow.
mils?
Yeah. 2%.
2%.
Yeah. So we'll put that in. Maybe you put the paint in first. Or acetone. What should we do?
Put the paint in first.
Let's put the paint in.
Quality Aldi paint. How much do we put?
We'll just fill the gun.
Just fill it up, mate. Just don't worry about it.
Mix it around. And that's a bit thick.
Yes.
So we're just going to thin it out a little bit with acetone.
Acetone.
Like that.
Looks like you got a stew going.
And you know, this is as much experiment for us as it is for you guys.
Yeah, is this going to work? So we've got fiberglass resin. We've got
Fiberglass resin.
We've
and
got metal paint.
metal paint and fiberglass resin. Is it going to work? I don't know.
I don't know.
But we're going to try.
I'll hold my breath anyway when we spray it. smoky coat. Yeah.
I think we need more paint on it. We've got some white paint. What can we paint? Hey guys, so we've got 3 rims done. I'm calling it a total success, and if anyone's got a 17-inch Steely for a Falcon, hit us up because we're looking for one more. Peace out, subscribe.